Now I would like to invite a big name in the legal circles of this country. You see solicitors in this country, barristers in this country, but you won't see many QCs sitting in barrister chambers. When I started my bar, I was in one of the dinner in Lincoln's Inn. I was sitting with one of the QC, and I asked this question to him: how would you become a QC? He said, when your hairs get white. So, Barrister Subgat Qadri was called to the bar in 1969. He became QC in 1989, bencher in 1995. He is the founder of Society of Black Lawyers. His struggle for the minorities and discrimination starts from 1970. He is the man when there was a judicial crisis in Pakistan. He went to Pakistan and shared his struggles effort in Pakistan. I would invite Barrister Subgat Qadri to come forward. And we are lucky to have him.
First of all, I make no apology that I am going to speak in English. And why I don't make any apology? Because I am a minority in this country. I don't want to be a double minority. You should speak English, you know English. Right? They call you and me Pakis because I don't believe in integration, that's simple. Why don't we speak English? This is solicitor's office. Most of the people here, they are young people. I don't see anybody of my age who say, well, I came from Mirpur, from village in there, I have not learned English. So, you see, there are all kind of minorities. And amongst all of you people, I think I have the greatest experience of minority. I was born in minority in the part of India, in a town which is part of India, in the United Province, which is now Uttar Pradesh. I belong to a minority of whole India, which was Muslims. Then for a little while, I became a majority for a little time, because I came to Pakistan in 1950. And I went to jail in 58 when a martial law came. And then I came here. So about 8-9 years, I was a majority. But really, I was still a minority. Because the West Pakistan was a minority. There was the East Pakistan. Now Bangladesh, that was a majority. But there the minority was exploiting the majority. And insisted in the first constitution of Pakistan that there will be a parity, that we will be 50, you will be 50. They accepted it. But you see, that minority, wow, how did it manage it? Because my minority that I belong to, West Pakistan, had more guns. They had a GHQ, the army. East Pakistan didn't have any. And therefore, in the minority of guns, like South Africa, they manage very well. But the Pakistani minority, Christian minority, and other minorities don't have any guns. In fact, the majority have, and occasionally they burn the churches. And occasionally they shoot people who are charged on blasphemy laws, little boys. They are charged there. And outside crowd stands. And when Asma Jahangir, Asma Jilani, Raini, when she defends, they say, we'll kill her husband. And they have killed the little boys, they have killed the priests there. And therefore, when people talk here, I'm a Muslim, my father was a religious scholar, I get fed up. When people come here and talk, we are Muslims, we should be called Muslims, not a Muslim minority. You see, religion has been the worst thing. Joan of Arc was burned Why? Because the Christian church decided she was one of the witches, like many others, because they were minority Christians. So in Europe, the majority Christians in the name of Jesus Christ have oppressed the minority Christians. That was a long time ago. We are passing in Pakistan the same thing in the name of Prophet Muhammad, who was the messenger of mercy. In his name today, a journal came in and amended the constitution of Pakistan and said, blasphemy law, that they will, anybody who insults the Prophet will be mandatory life sentence, death sentence. And now what happened? When the poor little Christian have a little land, piece of land, and the big landlord wants the land, he goes to the police officer and says, this little boy or this Christian has insulted the Prophet. He is arrested. Or somebody is Ahmadi. Say, but this one has insulted the Prophet. So we are doing the same thing. You had one Joan of Arc, we have every day little boys and little Joan of Arc who are harassed. They happen to be. So religion is really a dangerous thing. In Bosnia, what happened? Bosnian Muslims serve Christians even now. So let's take out of it that in England we should not be called Muslim, not Muslim minority. We are British, neither Muslim nor a minority. We should be called British.
British Muslim.
So that you see, unlike my good friend Qayyum, but I have not been a leader in Pakistan. I have not been a leader here either. I have been a minority. Like I said, I was born a minority, then I came here in 60s. Then this great country that we are all talking about allowed people, and the great judges allowed people to say no blacks for the houses. The Race Relation Act had to come. Otherwise, in this country, the great country of England, the great Parliament of England, allowed people to say, we shall not give a room to Asian or black. And that was legal. So it was not all that great. And it is not Parliament, sir, which did anything. It was Brixton. It was Bristol riots. I defended it. Where the police were thrown out. The such law was passed by Parliament, which allowed little boys, black boys, to be arrested on suspicion. Therefore it was called such law. And it's the same Parliament of yours which are now bringing such law back to deal with the Muslim. So Parliament, what Parliament? It's the struggle of the people. The people make you the MPs and the people fight. These are barristers sitting here, they are young. But this bar was the citadel of prejudice. And they said to me, and there was another man who in a rhyme, you bar, we are colorblind. What you talk about black bar, Asian bar? I was called in 69. And I was the junior most head of chamber. Nobody can break my record for centuries to come. Because I became a head of chamber in 73. Because nobody wanted to give me people age. I was a troublemaker. Because I talked about minorities. The whole inner temple, the whole middle temple didn't have one black or Asian. Except one chamber had 2 persons. That was Dingle chamber.